What's up, YouTube? This is TheBillyBobHD bringing you another Let's Play. Today I've got some more Hearts of Iron IV playing as Romania. We're continuing. Last episode we were plotting against Bulgaria and trying to build up our country. Let's go ahead and unpause it. So I've got all of my guys lined up on the front here. But I wanted to exercise them, but we've run into a shortage in production, especially from Infantry Equipment 1. So if I go to logistics here, infantry equipment, it is burning off slowly, minus 14,000 there. So hold on a second. We're also trying to turn our country into fascism. Several high-ranking members of the Romanian military have expressed support, some privately and some openly, for the fascist movement in Romania. They feel the PNL has forgotten how important discipline and patriotism is to keeping our country together, and are increasingly annoyed by the army being treated by the government as more of a tool. The national spirit outranks the government. This faction may not predominantly be politicians, but some of them have gained positions in the Department of Defense. If these developments continue, they may have sufficient political support to execute a coup. That's what we want. So back to the production conversation here. Part of the reason why I am not getting a lot of production, or the best production I could possibly have, is because of my lack of resources. So if I go up here to trade, we have one surplus of aluminum. We don't have any rubber or chromium. We do need a bunch of steel, and we need a slight amount of tungsten. But we have a ton of extra oil. We're exporting a ton of that. So, steel-wise, if I go over here, we can get some from the United States, which would be fine. However, I am waiting for... Go back to the constructions here. Let's bump it down to speed 3, too. I am waiting for this civilian factory to be finished up. I've got 9 civilian factories that are currently in use in constructing those. And so I am getting an extra 4 from exporting that oil, which helps. But I can only use 9 of them because of my consumer goods. So if we go back over here, it does look like, okay. So the fascist party is gaining popularity. At this popularity, effects are scaled to 50%. Fascist politicians giving me a plus 0.5 there. So it is changing slowly, even though it's taking a little bit longer. In my Greece campaign, that was changing at 0.10 per day, and now we're only changing at 0.5 per day. But at least it's going up. Germany has remilitarized the Rhineland over here so far. If I go to them, what are our relations? Well, their opinion of us is -10, and that's because we have a different ideology. We are democratic. And they've generated world tension as I'm democratic, so I don't like that at all. Spanish Civil War has popped off. Wow. I can't donate any troops to nationalist Spain, even though I would like to, because that would allow me to actually get some army experience. But we do have 31 divisions. I have low manpower. So we've got to convert over our country into fascist before we can sort of get some of the better laws and stuff like that. Industrial effort is finished. And my support weapons 1 are about to finish as well. No national focus set. So this armament effort here will give me... Actually, let's go to the construction effort. Yeah, let's go to the construction effort here, because that's going to give me another building slot in North Transylvania, and I get an extra civilian factory. So we'll do that. So that's going to build up our industry a lot better. And we have to get ready also for new research. So support weapons 1 is finishing up, as well as basic machine tools. So we'll let those burn off before we pick another research here. 2 days left. Hopefully we can turn fascist in enough time to attack Bulgaria before shit really pops off. Current world tension is only at 4%. And support weapons 1 has finished up as well. Excellent. So let's see what we should go ahead and research. Concentrated industry, factory output plus 20%. If I go to the dispersed industry, it helps protect me against bombers, which will be useful. I'm thinking ahead if we have to fight the Soviet Union, I think that's the way I'm going to go. Factory bomb vulnerability, minus 10%. Plus 20%, plus 20%. Okay. Yeah. All right. I'm thinking, yeah. Let's go to Dispersed Industry 1. It's going to take me 90 days to research. And then let's look at some actual tech, some actual soldier tech that we could use. It is still 1936. I don't have Marines or paratroopers yet, but that's okay. 1938 before we can get the better improved infantry equipment. Support battalions. I do have the engineer company there. The recon company would be good to add. I know that's on the list for me. We can go ahead with light tank 2. We said that last episode. So let's research our light tank 2. Tanks are going to be a big production item for me because we do have a lot of oil. I'm going to have to import rubber somehow, but we'll figure that out. Go back here to the constructions now. Let's check on the progress here. This is going to be finished up in July of 1936, so a couple of months, which is fine. We are getting, okay, we did get one less factory from trade there. That's okay. Logistics. Are we putting a dent in the infantry equipment? Not superbly. So that isn't going to be a problem. I think it's time to pull the trigger on the trade, though. So if we go to the United States, we do need steel. 14. I need 14 steel. So I can buy 16 from the United States. That's going to cost me 2 factories. Let's do that. All right. I am exporting a couple as well, which hurts me. That sucks. But that should help my production lines out pretty significantly here. Yeah, that's at least going to help out with the infantry equipment. Very nice. And it fulfills my support equipment too, as we have a need there. So this is going to tick down by 17 per day. And we are getting a little bit more efficiency in our factories as well. But what does that mean for me as far as constructions goes? Well, that didn't hurt me too bad, actually. Can I export more oil? Well, I think that's determined by the laws I have set, so that does make sense. So we do need a little bit more steel at 4. Aluminum, we're good, we're good, we're good. We do need a small amount of tungsten. Portugal has tungsten. I can buy 8. Let's go ahead and buy 8 there. Let's see how that affected my constructions. Okay, now that did take a factory away from me. Damn it. So that pushed this completion out to August. But does that help my production lines significantly? Okay, that does help my artillery production a lot. Okay, so we do need a little bit more steel too. Trade. Let's go back to the steel. The US, we're already buying 16. All right, let's buy 24 from them. This deal will use factories currently constructing buildings. Yeah, I know. Set amount that we need to buy to fill. Okay, well, that's the way I'm going to have to do it then. Send. So that should take me down to 5 civilian factories that are working, yes. So once this one completes out in August, then I'll start regaining there. And then we'll work on the next civilian factory. What is this? I have a free dockyard? Oh my god, I accidentally canceled my submarine production. Fuck. Alright, let's go ahead and, yeah, we'll build the submarine level 1, assign both there. There we go. Low manpower, yes I know. We're coming up on 150 political power too. So I can make a change in my government coming up soon. We need to start thinking about what that should be. Should it be the economy? Civilian economy? Consumer goods factories at 30%. Export focus at 50%. I may try to change the export focus to retain some more of my factories. Or should we could try to get some more manpower too, which would allow me to train the army up. That is a tough choice. It's going to be between those three. We could pick early mobilization, for example. I don't know how many... I don't think that's going to represent a large gain in factories for me, though. Partial mobilization. I have to be fascist or communist for both of those, so that's not really an option. What about my export focus? Well, we could get free trade. Resources to market plus 50%. Resources to market plus 18%. That's not what I want either. I want to get this closed economy going. Or the limited exports, at least. I have to be at war in order to do that, so... Alright, we just hit it, so we can... That's unfortunate. Resources to market plus 80%. Does that mean... I'm guessing that means resources to market at 80% there. I'm guessing that means... I'll export more of my stuff. Okay, disarm the nation. We do not want to do that. Recruitable population. Okay. Well, let's go ahead and get the limited conscription going. Okay, my manpower just went up to 203k. No divisions in basic training. Yes, I know. So I can also start building new divisions now, which is great. Construction 1 is also finished up. Okay, so I'm going to tell all of you guys to exercise. It's going to raise your experience level, but it's also going to raise my requirement for equipment. New research. So we've got the construction 1 done. That's going to be ahead of time there. I am working on already here dispersed industry. Electronic engineering now. Research time minus 2%. 95 days. That is a good one. It's going to help me out a lot. 95 days away. We'll go ahead and do that. Alright, let's unpause it again. So now that all of my guys are exercising, they're going to gain experience over time. But let's keep an eye on the production levels here because total need, daily balance plus 12. Okay. That should be okay. That's what I'm thinking at least. 13,647. Let's see if that goes up. 13,629. That is at least going down. I did see my artillery a minute ago. Okay, that is being good. That is being produced and put out there effectively into my divisions. Template. Yeah, a bunch of infantry. I have support artillery and I have an engineer company, which is helpful. So we can also start recruiting new men as well. So let's train some additional regular infantry units there. Location will make you go up here to Moldavia just to keep you separate. Whoops. How about my Air Force? Where are my planes? Okay, so it looks like I have one 48 count of fighters there. And I have a 24 count there. Yep, 2 air wings so far, and they're both old fighters. Research-wise, did we get the... Can't remember from last episode. I wanted to grab Fighter 1 there, damn it. So that'll be the next research that becomes available after Dispersed Industry 1. Construction has finished. Construction focus. Select a new national focus. If I go to construction effort 2, 1 building slot, 1 civilian factory. This will give me an extra military factory, which will be very important because I need help getting the equipment out there. We need to also start producing tanks and planes soon enough. Because we are researching the planes, aren't we? Or no, excuse me, the tanks, yeah. Light Tank 2. 1936. Yeah. That's going to hold us good through 1939, at least the start of the invasion of Poland, assuming Germany decides to do that. Alright, and yeah, we are up to 26% popular support now. Could I add another fascist demagogue? Democratic reformer, backroom backstabber, silent workhorse, Prince of Terror. This Prince of Terror guy may be able to help me out. Effective partisans on us, minus 25%. Foreign subversive activities efficiency, minus 30%. I do not believe I'm being affected internationally like that. Wow, that zoom is lagging for me a little bit. I'm going to change my settings here for the next episode. But this is good for now as we're just building up. This game, I have noticed, definitely has a higher toll or a higher spec requirement than Stellaris does. So we're now back down to the 14.2K there for infantry equipment, just because, like I said, we are exercising the men. Once a bunch of those guys reach the next level, because these guys, like this one, for example, he's considered regular. But this guy, he's considered just trained, freshly trained. The games are concluded. The 11th Olympic Games were recently held in Berlin, attended by athletes from 49 different nations of the world. German athletes saw the most success, winning 33 gold medals. Americans came in second with 24, where Jesse Owens was the single most successful, winning 4 of those. Awesome. Hooray, Jesse Owens. What is this extra? A submarine. Dispersed industry is finished up, so we can pick a new research, which will go for the airplanes, I'm pretty sure. But, okay, this submarine here. So we produced a new one, which is fantastic. Shift right click, I think, adds him to the patrol. Is that right? Yes, it does. So now we are up to 4 submarines in total. And we do have a destroyer. I don't know. Shift, add him. Whoops. Whoops, whoops, whoops. How do I do this? Hold on a second, guys. Alright, if I go to my... Here is the latest guy here. He has 4. Okay, that's what's going on. So I just go like this. I can't merge you? Okay, so we'll at least move him over here so I can get a better idea of what the hell's going on. Can I just attach you to the patrol? Okay, I'll tell you what. Let's turn off this patrol. And there we go. Merge all of you. Excellent. So now, I do have a submarine and 4 destroyers. I thought those were submarines the whole entire time. But it turns out they're destroyers. We do have a submarine to go along with that. So he's going to help us sort of patrol here in the Black Sea. Awesome. It is time to pick the new research. So we are going to get Fighter 1. Yeah, we'll go with Fighter 1, and then eventually I'm going to want to get the close air support planes as well to take care of that. Alright, let's unpause it again. Alright, so how close are these guys to leveling up to can be considered regular? They're only at 68%, it looks like. Daily experience gain is only 0.3. That is having a heavy effect on my production queues here. But we are, okay. The infantry equipment is at least up to 19, almost 20 per day. So we are making a dent in the deficit of equipment needed. The artillery, though, that doesn't really seem to be helping very much. So a lot of my troops being inexperienced right now. Let's go to the recruit and deploy here. So location. I thought we set you as Moldova. There we are. Oh, he has no supplies. That's why we can't build one. Gotcha. It's because we have that supply shortage. Well, with 31 divisions, I do think it makes sense to at least upgrade our troops here. The threat of communism. Romania stands safe and united. It is no surprise such lies have poisoned the minds of our people, with a snake coiled up next door. The growth of our fascist movement in Romania has been bolstered by the proximity of the communist revolution. Many moderates who might normally dismiss fascism as another misguided ideological experiment find this to be a very real concern for them as well. Given the choice between the communism of our neighbors and fascist regime, they would immediately prefer the latter. They might be willing to actively support it. Excellent. Oh, change in popularity for fascists is 20%. That helps out a lot. So if we go back here, oh, that's great. 49% now support for fascism overall. So hopefully we're going to see a coup happen here pretty quickly and things can start rolling for me. That went a lot faster than I thought. Man, that helps out. Okay. The fascists, though, are daily change. Oh, it's only going up slightly now. It's not going up by 0.05 anymore. It's only going up by 0.02. Why is that being affected? At this popularity, effects are scaled to 25%. That's because they're already very popular. Okay. Well, that makes sense at least. So, if we're going to be turning fascist soon, these guys need to hurry up and level up, man. 75%. So, next episode, we will finish training the guys, get them up to a regular level, and then we will bolster our production of equipment a little bit, because we should have some additional factories headed our way. And we will work on supplying everybody. Which, if we're doing that, let's go ahead and cancel the recruitment of new divisions, because we have to supply everyone before we actually do anything about that. Constructions. Oh, the threat of communism again here. Hold on. The growth of the fascist movement is bolstered. So now, plus 20% again. I'll take that. That's looking good. Armament effort. Okay. We need a couple of new things. Good on research. I need a new national focus. I should have gotten a new military factory out of that. Should we go army effort? Yeah. Army experience plus 5. Start. It's going to bolster our infantry a lot. Free military factory. We'll put you there. And I think that's going to do it. Constructions. Still only got 6 civilian factories working for me at the moment, but that's okay. Anyway, guys, awesome. Thanks again for watching. Again, this has been TheBillyBobHD. Please remember to like, subscribe, and/or comment if you've enjoyed this content, and we'll catch you next time.